New player in, however, a familiar face, Noah Hay. He was with us when we were down in League One, where he performed a very good job as a backup, which he is going to be here as well. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, similar sort of thing to when he was down below us. Definitely a great option, basically anywhere we want along the back. Almost certainly going to be playing him as a center back, because that's where we desperately need him. However, he cost us 87k up front, in a relatively small salary. 3.7, I can live with that. And he's going to rock right into the starting lineup. So, back with more. First of hopefully many free loan players in through the door, Wayne Bancroft, 3.5-star current ability player, 4.5 to 5-star potential ability player. Apparently, he can take some free kicks and such, to the point where they immediately think we should put him in. He comes in from Fulham, along with a number of others. He is definitely going to be a player for us. We can play him in the midfield like we've promised. I think we've promised to play him as anything in the midfield. I'm a genius. I love when I do that. Which means he can play a ball-winning, box-to-box, really wherever we want him to. He is immediately going to jump onto our bench, probably work his way into the starting lineup once our current players kind of go down or something happens to them. I'm not immediately going to force him in. We'll see how things go, though. But a great option off the bench. More to come, hopefully. Another free loan player through the door. Christopher Howe, 21 years old. He comes in from Brentford? Brentford, okay, that's where he is in from. 3.5-star current ability. Gobs of potential left in him, probably. He can play right back. He can play a little bit of center back, but he's undersized for that, most certainly. Definitely just an option off our bench. And another one through the door with many more to come. He came back 2 days ago. Another lone player through the door for free. Rafael Padella. He is in from Parthenope, where he's been for the last couple of years. Loaned out a little bit, but nothing too serious. He did great. Series C. But he just offers a good strength and depth position at the midfield. Probably the last one we're going to bring in, though we currently do have some other things in the works. Still a lot of possible options here that we're looking into, but we're running out of spaces for players to be registered. Which is fine, because we've still got a number of options down here on the bench that probably don't need to be registered. The youngsters that really should be going out on loan. However, we're still doing great. More to come. 2 more players in the club now. Giacomo Pellegrini. He is very Italian, as you can see. He comes in to be a center back for us, off the bench, maybe a starter, depending on how the others work out, though, once again, a great option. Came in for free, and apparently he can take stuff like free kicks, corner kicks, and such like that. Actually, the best at our club now. So he's definitely going to come in and immediately start. I said we were going to be done with midfielders, but this guy comes in being the best one of them. We already paid for him to get a work permit, so why not see what he's capable of? Thomas Claude, he is French. He comes in on loan from PSG, where he's kind of played up and down for the squad. Very, very good for the National 2 team, but not really played at this level successfully. If I'm correct about this. Okay, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they're down a decent ways. But Thomas Claude, definitely a great option for us in the midfield, which means we now have 4 options there, which is plenty. Plenty of options. If one of them has to leave, so be it. More to come. The story of Lewis Payne is finally over. He's been with us for a few years. He went out for 210, which is really not his value at all. That's quite on the low side. He's 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. He was going to be leaving us at the end of the season. His time here had run its course. And with so many better options all around him, I'm just disappointed that he wasn't quite able to develop into everything we thought he would. However, we did. I mean, I would say we made a profit. We did 20% sell on. He was very good for us for a number of years. Very good for us in League One. Okay for us in the championships. Been okay so far this year. And I think that's all he's going to be for us. An okay player at this level. So it was time to move him on while he still could get the club some money, which will then solve this financial situation. So, with that money, we might be able to buy a new player. Probably not. Most likely, we're going to be able to get in a very quality loan player. So I'll be back with more. And finally, what is likely our last player brought in this season, Kevin Zeffy. He's on loan from Inter. 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, left winger, right winger, striker, mostly a left winger. We're going to play him wherever we need him. And most importantly, I've switched back over to the 4-3-3 system. Adams keeps getting injured. We have a surplus of midfielders. I forgot that we had Kane Taylor, who's injured because he's been injured the entire time. We've got like 6 midfield players that all want playing time. So we're really struggling to play them all. I think we're going to have to cancel some of these trials, whichever one we don't end up liking. Probably Prada. But we'll see how these goes. Short of that, we also, if I was looking at my transfers arranged, why? What? Okay, cancel that. I had a player who was going to... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Things have been done. I am ready to go for the season. So, see you in the upcoming game. For that thing I said about us being done, our boy is back. But we're not done. Francisco returns from West Ham once again to join us for the squad. I've been fighting and kicking and whining, trying to get him in, but they just refused until now, 2 hours before the deadline, to let him come back and play for us. He's going to jump in. I said we were going to play the 4-3-3. We're not. He's coming back into play as the attacking midfield player. Though I didn't say he'd play an attacking midfield. We can play him however we want. Probably as a advanced playmaker. But man, is Francisco, this man just make me happy. He's incredible. Also does free kick. He also does corners. Everything we could possibly want. Ah, finally done. And we're finally here with the beginning of the episode proper. Last we left off, we played the opening season games, one in the Championship and one in the Carabao Cup. Won both. Since then, form has been pretty decent. A game in hand puts us top of the league, so we're probably somewhere in the playoff-ish region. There yet. Mostly wins. We had this loss against Cardiff in the Championship, which, I mean, it was a competitive game. Taking a look at XG, I think they deserve to win it. Yeah, they deserve to win it on XG. They just took more shots, but we were very clinical with our execution. We just weren't quite able to get over the hump. Fulham, another defensive monster. I mean, we came around with Cardiff and then just destroyed them in a home game. But if you do notice, we have a couple of home attendance games. That's not the Carabao Cup. Playing in our new stadium, fans love it. We are max capacity basically every single time. So we should probably look to expand in the very near future. This match was just weird. An own goal, a little scramble thing there. Probably should have been tied, but we got it. So, today we have 2 games in the Championship. At home against London and at home against Burnley. Which should be very good. You saw all of the people that we brought in at the beginning of this episode. We have way too many midfielders. We have 1, 2... that are sitting on the bench, probably not going to play for us. We have Taylor, who's going to be coming back from injury in a few days. He's probably going to slot immediately into the starting lineup. So, truth be told, we should probably send some of them back before they get pissed off at us. But we'll just see what we've got. And if they have to be recalled come the transfer deadline, so be it. We were just really struggling early on. But with Francisco coming in, as I said, we're definitely be playing him in his role as the advanced playmaker. Otherwise, this team looks pretty similar to how it should end up. Harvey is now only up to 4-star, or down to 4-star potential. Sturge down to 3.5, because like people like Francisco came in, or simply better. But otherwise, I like where we're at. Josh Adams will come in at some point, maybe as a right winger, maybe as a left winger. I really haven't decided where I want to put him at this point in time. But since we got Vito back, we got Francisco back, he may be the right wing. But is he still at... He's only up to 4-star potential, so even then, Burrows has more... Or had more potential last time I... Okay, maybe he doesn't have more potential now, but... He's a solid young player, worth a lot of money. So, still very, very solid. So, start this first game. We're going to have Fulks in goal, the back for Sturge, Andreu, Harvey, and Wormleyton. Claude and Heskey in midfield. Sapinar, Francisco, Burrows, backing up Burstow up front. Just a quick word, if we have to make substitutions, because we have 3 people that are loanies in the starting lineup, 2 on the bench, I'd like to have a slightly different bench. Maybe add 10 out for Bancroft and Josh Adams or Kane Taylor coming on, Pellegrini coming on to sit on the bench. We'll see. We're definitely going to be rotating our side a lot more than in previous years, simply due to the number of players that we have available to us. Once people start getting up to this heavy match time, we're going to put them on the bench, let them sit out a game or two, give them a little bit of rest, so we don't have such an injury problem like we've had in basically every other save I've ever played. By playing our starters 40, 50 games, or 40 or so games in the season. So, early highlight here. Harvey did really, really good out on the wing, but as a center back, he didn't really show great potential. That's a lie. He was man of the match last time. I don't know. It feels wasteful after his incredible performances on the wing, or as a wing back, fullback, whatever it's called, to put him out there, but the position he's playing now is the one I want him to play for the rest of his career. Plus, friends, we really have, you've not seen it, but we've had some spectacular performance from Burrows, and especially just our entire front 4, just combining incredibly well together. Doing some passes here, Burstow to Burrows, forward for Francisco. A very, very nice job. Almost the keeper was able to save that one. Not able to get enough of that. It does slide back into the goal, putting us up by a narrow lead. Calling it onside. Yeah, this guy on the right's playing him on. Okay. A good performance so far. Wormleyton now. The last match we did play against Oxford, we had the opportunity to delay it. I decided against it because originally we didn't have that many players, and I thought, we'll be fine. But then Adams went down with an injury, and I went, maybe we'll just risk it. Hopefully other teams will have more players missing than us, because checking back in the how much do teams spend, we are behind by about 100,000. There's not a single team even close to us. Top of the division has 1.3 million. They're a factor of 10 times ahead of us. The next highest is about double our salary, so we're doing good work with the limited resources we have at our disposal. I'm looking, personally, with how these loans have gone, to make the playoffs. That's where I want to end up by the end of the season. If that doesn't happen, okay. It's a great season of improvement, and with the money we have in the bank and more that's probably to come from this season, we should be looking to increase our salaries and be able to make next season another season where we bring in 1 or 2 more permanent players and the rest of them be competent loan players like we have in the previous season. Even without our loan players, we can field a decent side. Our depth would be a bit lacking in terms of specifically center backs we really don't have, or the defensive line anywhere. We don't have great potential for as they go out and score a goal against us. Let's take another look at this one. We're kicking it around. It was intercepted because of a poor pass. And then just a ball over the top. Andreu's not quite aware to it. And Fulks is not able to get in a good position to put a stop to that one. So, tying the game up. Though another highlight, a very highlight-filled. Usually we don't get this many highlights. An odd one. Burrows trying to run past his man. He just kicks it too far, and both defenders were awake to it. Harvey over to Sturge, who is back from injury or whatever nonsense happened to him. Hey, Vito, you gonna run past him? Nope, but almost got a man there who was intercepted. Ooh, they are free on this wing. Plenty of options. Oh my goodness, Daryl. You monster. How dare you. Trying to win this season, I said. Trying to win. Drop down. We got bailed out there. He just missed the goal because our goalie was just stupidly done there. Wilkes has been having some really bad games so far this season. That's another thing to note. The games that we've not been winning is because he's been getting like a 6 rating. 6.2. Our previous goalkeeper was just, performing. What is this? Why is our passing so horrid today? Got lucky there. That was another goal that really should have gone in. Got bailed out. No one's playing overly poorly other than our keeper. Let's go ahead and shout some encouragement. The last few minutes of this first half. I get to yell at him from halftime. And terrible. Absolutely terrible. That one goal, which was a brilliant bit of work, and after that, you've just decided to lay down and die. Well, we do have a bench now. Maybe we can make some substitutions to make things happen. So, who's playing badly? No one overtly. Vito can come off for Zeffy. A very, very solid player. Surge is tired. We'll bring on... Ooh, not Noah. Yikes. Do not like that one. Put Harvey out. Bring Noah Hay onto the midfield, or center back. And that'll be our first 2 substitutes. Maybe that'll get some life into the team. Dropping further and further down the table. Claude needs to be subbed out. He can come off for Ad's head. And Wormley-10, he's doing okay, but he's a bit tired. We'll bring in a Howl for him, who's actually better than our current player. Ball over the top. Bailed out again there. Go attacking. Go ahead and shout some encouragement. See if we can make something. We brought in some really good substitutes. Rotated people around, so technically we're better than when we started, and Hersto was offside? Goodness me. Okay, Harvey now needs to be brought off. What do we have on the bench? We got Krishnu on for Harvey. It looks like we're just going to lose this one. It happens. Don't know why, but sometimes we just come out and look pathetic. Really not have some... Far from pleased with that result. It's going to take some time for the team to gel. The reason we won these last couple is because the teams we had in were the good ones. Or the teams that have played with us, or members that have played with us before. We're finally to the point now where we're bringing in new players, bringing in rotated side. I think he said 15 new signings since the last, since the window opened. We had a lot of people come in, and many of them are on our starting lineup. It's going to take time for these familiarities to start up, for them to learn the system. So we'll be back with game number 2, hopefully going a little bit better than this one. Okay, we're back with game number 2 at home against Burnley. A couple of changes. First off, Wormley-10 out for weeks. Up to 2 months. We sent him to a specialist for some money, but it's going to be a while before he comes back. So, not that big a deal. Hal comes in to start for him, and on the bench comes forward because we really don't have any. We have, once again, limited on loans. So, he comes in. Sturge had a heavy match load. We brought him onto the bench, brought Harvey to play left back. Hay comes in to play the center back, which are 2 easy substitutions we can make. Everybody else is looking good, though we could still use some more positional knowledge. He's competent, really could use more. He's been playing with us. When did we bring him in? Okay, I guess we brought him in this season. Regardless. We are seeing a downgrade in a number of star ratings. We're actually learning the max, not our players, max potential for a lot of these guys. Hay is still very high. Andreu, He was showing 4-star, but I guess he dropped from 3.5 current ability, just because of how people are doing. But we're going to go ahead and submit that. No pop-up saying that no one is available, or there's fatigue problems, or anything like that. Ready to go out and apparently get some revenge. Midfielders pumped. Defenders pumped. Okay, well, we tried. Let's see what we've got. Hey, already with the kick. I'm surprised at how good he has potential to be, considering how cheap we got him. We saw another really, really solid player that we tried to bring in for 275. He just was expecting a bit too much money, which I think I'm going to renegotiate in a month, a few weeks or so, see if I can bring him in. He was expecting about 6.5. I was wanting to pay him about 5.5. Ooh, folks, great save. Off to a good start with that one. My goodness. Had 2 shots, which tell we should probably be ahead in this match according to XG, but if we just straight up missed them both. Howell sends it back to Heskey in the center. Well, I thought I was going to the ref. Like a much better pass. He dove out of the way of that one. Top, Burstow, and just can't quite get it. Burstow and Burrows. Noticed that before, but being BUR to the beginning, W at the end, definitely going to have similar names. Hopefully forming a good tandem for a few years to come. He's another one that I was hoping had a bit more star power than he's showing. He only has a 3-star with 1 potential of white. Ooh, another. They're testing us. They are testing us. So he may not be the long-term solution that I hoped he'd be when I brought him in. But even still, as a backup, certainly serviceable. We just... Once again, we're buying from the discount bin. And so you make do with what you've got there. And so far, it's not been spectacular. Ooh, we got a good one there. A brilliant save by our keeper. He really just fell down on top of it. Burrows now with the corner. The other thing about bringing Francisco in is he is the best at free kicks, bar none. He's a 15 compared to everybody else. I think our next highest is a 12. Everybody else is rocking a 10 in terms of free kicks. He's definitely taking a lot of those. Twine now with the corner. Well, not quite a corner, but you know what I mean. A set piece. Has been kind of pathetic. Okay. We need just to shoot better. That's what we're looking for, really. Once again, we live and die by Burstow, and so Cisco. I'm off. Okay. Well, what do we have on the bench for him? Push Burrows in. We can bring Zeffy outside. Who wants to play as an inverted winger? I guess a winger on this side. Bit early to make any more substitutions, so we'll go 65-75 as per normal when we have to make an early one. Otherwise, it's been a nothing game. Without any games in hand, we are in middle of the table. But again, give time to gel and things will work out. Burstow is also having a pretty poor game. Having anybody to sub him in. Oh my goodness. Center backs are awful. Anybody can go on for Hal? Andrea, you can play out wide like that? He can. But I don't want him to. Ad's Head would be a very poor choice to play as a center back. Here's what we'll do. George will come on for you. And Kane Taylor needs playing time. He'll come on for you. Kane Taylor just recovering from an injury. However, giving him not the immediate start. But he is coming in to be pretty decent. And 75 minutes. For our final 2 substitutions, we get Ad's Head here. That one, Ford. Kushney. Goes playing well. Ad's Head is just going to come on for Heskey. I think that's going to be that. I don't think we're going to make this final substitution. Unless we really want to put Zeffy forward and just bring Burst off, because no. Big Burrows. Vito can come in the center. There we go. Not great, but it gives a little bit more ability up front. Let's go attacking. We are ahead on XG, and shots have not been great. Our possession has just been atrocious. May have to look into that, because 2 games in a row where our passing has been notably bad. And considering we're playing a possession-based system like the tiki-taka, it really should be better. But again, he just passing into space weirdly. Over the top now for Bursto. Nope, Saponaro. Yes, Vito. Yes! Putting us ahead in this game in the 86th minute. Don't walk away with without a win at all in these two games. It's him going to be exhausted. That was about the most he could. 6 minutes of extras, though. Over the top, bounce. Looks like they are going to get a shot attempt here. Nope, Howell gets in front of it. Bursto just straight up misses. A free kick has been awarded to who? Our team. One of them is getting sent off. Bad time for you. Looks like their offense is now done. And with that, a narrow win, but a win nonetheless. I'll keep an eye out to see how this possession thing is going, because we may have to fiddle a bit with our tactics, that we're not sending it off so oddly. Okay, it's only 3-4. He'll probably mix the next game, but he should be back after that. No big deal. He, of course, did play the best. Oh, yeah, Francisco. Okay. Regardless, a very good result after that first match, where we fortunately lost. It does put us in 6th place inside the playoff, though Ipswich could, of course, go ahead of us. Taking a look back at the season preview, after the end of the trade deadline, we did move up all the way into 17th place, which is quite remarkable, all things considered. We've got a lot of people competing. If you want to take a look at that's team detail, we go all the way down to salary per year. You have 4.6, double the next, or half that of the next lowest team. I mean, that's even more than 12, 13 times us. It's just ridiculous. So, hopefully, we're still good enough to make the playoffs, even given this deficit. This will be a building year, once again, and next year, we'll really look to start making that promotion push. At least that's how it goes in my head. We'll see how the end result goes. Regardless, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to follow the links down below if you want to see some more of my content, and I will see you all next time.
Thanks for watching. You should watch another. Please.